Christmas University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. Over the dozen years we've been playing these seasonal series for alumni, a few teams have turned in performances that could be described in phrases that include the word unmitigated. Most, though, have acquitted themselves with at least some distinction, and none more so than the two teams competing tonight in the final match of our 2022 Christmas series. Now, the team from Hull are here thanks to convincing wins over the universities of the West of England and York, in which they impressed with their knowledge of British films, Louis Pasteur, and musical theatre. Since their semi-final, Mr. Graham has been called away to attend the opening weekend of his new musical. So tonight they're represented by a writer on the natural world, an academic and broadcaster in medieval culture, an actor who works in both Welsh and English, and a canine behavioural expert. Let's meet the team for the third time.
Hello, my name's Catherine Norbury. I graduated from Hull in 1985 in English Literature and History of Art.
Hi, I'm Sarah Pevley. I graduated from Hull in 2004 with a PhD in medieval literature.
This is their captain.
Hi, I'm Sian Rhys-Williams. I graduated from Hull in 2003 with a degree in drama.
Hello, I'm Graham Hall. I graduated from Hull in 1987 with a degree in Hispanic Studies.
Now, their opponents are representing Balliol College, Oxford, and have seen off teams from SOAS and Exeter College, Oxford, on their way to the final tonight. They've shown us they know a lot about glass in art, coup d'etat, and European monarchies. But like their opponents, their mathematical knowledge leaves something to be desired. For the third time, their lineup consists of the CEO of the Rhodes Trust and Warden of Rhodes House in Oxford, the Chief Executive of Humanists UK, a crime writer who is currently president of the Detection Club, and a professor of political philosophy. Let's meet them for the third time.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Quiche, and I read for a BPhil and DPhil in philosophy at Balliol College, Oxford in the 1980s.
Hi, I'm Andrew Copson. I read classics and then ancient and modern history at Balliol, leaving in 2004.
This is their captain.
Hello, I'm Martin Edwards. I read law at Balliol in the 1970s and graduated in 1977.
Hello, I'm Martin O'Neill and I read philosophy, politics and economics at Balliol in the 1990s.
Well, you need no reminders of the rules in the final, so let's just get on with it. Here's your first starter for 10. His story was part fairy tale, part pantomime, part hospital drama, part adults-only romp, part glittering award ceremony. He took a test hat-trick, won the man of the match prize in the World Cup final. He swatted more runs than any other test player without making 100. His ball that gazoodled Mike Gatting in 1993.
Balliol Edwards.
Shane Warne.
Shane Warne is correct. So you get the first set of bonuses there on historical rebellions that share their names with common Christmas foods. Which 1823 uprising of enslaved people took place in what is now Guyana? The name can also refer to a type of partially refined cane sugar that is commonly used in the preparation of Christmas cake.
Molasses?
Well, molasses makes sense. The only other sugar I can think of that's dark is demerara, so molasses, yeah.
Molasses, Demerara.
Molasses.
Molasses.
No, it's Demerara.
Oh, no, sorry.
Which 1808 rebellion was Australia's first and only military coup and unseated William Bligh, the Governor of New South Wales? It shares its name with the distilled alcoholic spirit made from sugar cane molasses.
Just rum? I don't know.
Rum.
Rum is correct. And finally, which 1877 rebellion was a revolt of samurai against the military and cultural reforms of the Meiji government? The name may also refer to a type of cold, hardy citrus fruit.
Citrus fruit. Cold, hardy citrus.
Lychee?
Is that a citrus fruit? I don't think.
Lychee.
Cold, hardy citrus fruit. I mean,
best guess.
It's an orange.
Mandarins.
Oh.
Mandarin.
No, it's a satsuma. 10 points for this. I need a single-word answer. What personal pronoun appears in the titles of all the following television series: a 2020 coming-of-age drama directed by Luca Guadagnino, set on a US military base in Italy; a 2021 sitcom created by Nida Manzoor about a Muslim female punk band.
Hull Reese Williams.
We?
We is correct, yes. Right, you get a set of bonuses there on reindeer. The species known as reindeer in Eurasia is commonly known by what other name in North America, derived from a word of the Micmac language?
Well, I was going to suggest maybe elk.
Is it really?
I can only think that it could possibly be elk.
I would try it.
Two, you think it? Yeah.
Elk? They're nothing like elk. No, they're caribou.
Okay.
During winter, reindeer largely eat what general type of composite organisms, consisting of algae or cyanobacteria growing symbiotically with fungi?
Is that lichen?
That's what is that? What is that
Lichen?
even?
It's
Is it on trees?
what he said.
Lichen?
Yeah.
Lichen?
Lichen is correct, yes. In order to see better in snowy conditions, reindeer vision is adapted to include light down to the 320 nanometer wavelength, a range commonly known as what?
Vision? Infrared?
It's one of those two, isn't it?
Well, infrared is in the dark, right? Should we try it?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Infrared.
it's ultraviolet. 10 points for this. I need the common name of a plant here. In 1983, the US scientist Barbara McClintock won the Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine for her discovery of transposons, or jumping genes, through studying kernel pigmentation in which cereal plant, first domesticated in Mexico over 7,000 years ago?
Balliol quiche.
Corn.
Corn is correct, yes. These bonuses are on arcade games first released in 1982. Give the title of each game from the description. Firstly, a puzzle game by Gottlieb, in which each level is a pseudo 3D pyramid made up of coloured blocks. The player character, a small orange alien, must hop from block to block to change their colour while avoiding obstacles and enemies.
Is it Qbert?
Is that serious?
Yes.
Qbert.
Nominate O'Neill.
Is it Qbert?
It is Qbert, yes. Secondly, a maze game by Namco, where the player character tunnels through soil in a garden with the aim of collecting vegetables and destroying monsters, either inflating them or dropping rocks on their heads.
Everyone's.
Nominate O'Neill.
Was it called Dig Dug?
Dig Dug is correct, yes, well done. No knowledge is ever wasted. Finally, another maze game. The first sequel to a game of 1980, according to its publishers. It was conceived in response to the fact that the original game attracted a large number of female players. I need a precise title here.
Is it Ms. Pac-Man?
It is Ms. Pac-Man, yes, well done. We're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you'll see a map showing the location of a major world city. 10 points if you can name it.
Balliol O'Neill.
Montreal.
Montreal is correct. For your picture starter, you saw the location of Montreal. Historically, the port of Montreal froze during winter, though the construction of the St. Lawrence Seaway has allowed ships to reach it in winter. For your bonuses, you're going to see maps showing 3 more historically icebound ports. 5 points for each you can identify. Firstly, this commercial port and major railway terminus.
Is that Murmansk? Is it Murmansk?
Where do you think
Murmansk.
It's either Murmansk or Archangel, but I'm not sure.
Murmansk?
No, it's Archangel. Secondly,
It's in Manitoba, but I don't...
Manitoba, but what, yeah.
Do you know the name of any place in Manitoba?
Ottawa, is it?
No, it's...
No, I don't know.
Somewhere in Manitoba.
come on.
Canadian town.
We don't know.
Pass.
It's Churchill. And finally, this port and capital city.
Helsinki.
Helsinki is correct. 10 points for this. Quote, the famous lady we here speak of is made to tell her own tale in modester words than she told it at first, the copy which first came to hand having been written in language more like one still in Newgate than one grown penitent and humble. This is an excerpt from the author's preface.
Hal Peverley.
Moll Flanders.
Moll Flanders is correct. These bonuses are on the photographer James van der Zee. Which neighbourhood of New York was the focus of a 1969 exhibition at the Met Museum that brought van der Zee's portraits of its residents to a mainstream audience? The exhibition was subtitled Cultural Capital of Black America from 1900 to 1968.
Harlem.
Queens?
Harlem?
Oh, Harlem.
Harlem.
Should we try Harlem? What do you think? I thought Queens originally, but Harlem. Harlem?
Harlem is correct. Van der Zee's documentation of the Harlem Renaissance includes a portrait of which poet born in 1903? His works include The Ballad of the Brown Girl, The Black Christ, and the novel One Way to Heaven.
Don't look at me.
When was James Baldwin born? No.
How old would he have been?
No idea.
What was his name? James
Baldwin, but he was a novelist. It's not.
Didn't he say an Alexander?
I don't think so. A poet. Why? What did you think?
Said a poet.
He said which? Was it poet?
I believe so,
A poet. Should we try?
Try it, yeah.
James Baldwin.
It was County Cullen. In 1982, the year before his death, Van der Zee photographed which New York artist for Andy Warhol's Interview magazine? He had recently become the youngest artist ever to exhibit at Documenta, aged 21.
I didn't even know where to begin with that.
Yeah,
No.
no idea.
Can you think of anybody, Kate?
Come on.
Who's that kind of age at that time? I can't think of anybody.
I need an answer.
Pass.
It's Jean-Michel Basquiat. 10 points for this. Dating to the early 20th century, Midwinter Sacrifice is a large painting that shows the ritual killing of a pagan king to avert famine and is one of the most controversial artworks of which country, refused after great debate as a wall panel in the National Museum. The artist Carl Larsson intended it to complement his depiction of the royal triumph of Gustav Vasa.
Balliol Compson.
Sweden.
Sweden is correct. Your bonuses are on an event of 1522 and its consequences. In 1522, the Ottoman Empire forced the Knights of St. John, or the Knights Hospitaller, from their headquarters on which island, the largest of the Dodecanese?
Now, state, is it Rhodes? Or is it not?
Probably
It's Rhodes in the Dodo.
Rhodes.
Rhodes is correct. Who was Sultan of the Ottoman Empire during the Siege of Rhodes? He reigned from 1522 until 1566, making him the longest reigning Sultan in the Empire's history.
I think it was... Actually, do you think you know? Because the only one I know is Suleiman the Magnificent.
Suleiman the Magnificent.
That is correct, yes.
Right.
Or the lawgiver. King Charles I of Spain eventually granted the order the port of Tripoli, the island of Gozo, and which other Mediterranean island on which was situated their headquarters until its capture by Napoleon in 1798?
Malta.
Malta is correct. We're going to take another starter question now. The reign of which English king saw the designation of the cathedrals of Bristol, Chester, Oxford, Gloucester and Peterborough, known as the cathedrals of the new foundation during a period of major religious change?
Hal Reese Williams.
Henry VIII.
Henry VIII is correct. Well done. Your bonuses are on science fiction and fantasy novels first published in 1972. The photographer, Joanna Eberhard, is the main character of which satirical novel by Ira Levin? After moving to the titular fictional town, she starts to suspect the other women living there are being poisoned or brainwashed by the local men's association.
The Stepford Wives.
Correct. Set in the aftermath of an alien visitation, the 1971 story Roadside Picnic by the Strugatsky brothers was the basis of which film by Andrei Tarkovsky? The film's title is the term used in the novel for people who raid areas of first contact for alien detritus to sell.
It's Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
No, you said Tarkovsky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stalker.
Stalker.
Is that what it's called?
Possibly, yeah.
Stalker.
Stalker is correct. Finally, in 1972, you also saw the publication of the first full-length novel in the Elric Saga, a sword and sorcery series by which British writer?
Elric Saga.
Neil Gaiman.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's a good guess.
Right.
Neil Gaiman.
No, it's Michael Moorcock. We're about halfway through the contest. We're going to take a music round. For your music starter, you'll hear a piece of classical music originally written for a film. For 10 points, I'd like you to name the composer.
Balliol Edwards.
Prokofiev.
Prokofiev is correct. Yes, it was a segment from Lieutenant Kuzio, an orchestral suite by Sergei Prokofiev based on music he wrote for the film of the same name. For your music bonuses, you're going to hear 3 more pieces of classical music inspired by works with a winter theme. In each case, I'd like you to name the composer. Firstly, the composer of this opera, based on a short story by Gogol.
That's the composer. I mean, I have no idea, so I think you should just go for it, yeah. Just go on.
Berg.
No, it's Rimsky-Korsakov. Secondly, the contemporary composer of this work, inspired by the Robert Frost poem Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening.
It's a good guess.
Yeah.
Aaron Copland.
No, it's Eric Whittaker.
Good guess.
And finally, the composer of this ballet, based on the Hans Christian Andersen tale The Ice Maiden.
I mean, I really don't know, so if you...
I haven't got a better guess.
I think go for it then, just go for it.
Tchaikovsky.
No, that's by Stravinsky. 10 points for this. What 6-letter word precedes outlaw in the title of a memoir by Kate Bornstein and trouble in the title of a work by the feminist philosopher Judith Butler?
Balliol O'Neill.
Gender.
Gender is correct. Yes. These bonuses are on pairs of languages. In each case, the last 3 letters of the first answer are the first 3 letters of the second, for example, German and Mandarin. Identify both languages from the descriptions. Firstly, languages of Western Europe and Western South America, known respectively to their speakers as Euskara and Runasimi.
So I think it's Basque and Quechua.
Yeah, that's right.
Nominate O'Neill.
Basque and Quechua.
Correct. An official language of both Peru and Bolivia spoken around Lake Titicaca, and a language related to Hebrew and Phoenician that is thought to have been the language of Jesus.
Well, that's Aramaic is the second
Aramaic.
one. So what's the
Titicaca.
what's the one in Peru?
So it has to
It
be
would
end
end
with
with A-R-A.
Yes.
So it's something Ara. Something Ara. Is there any language we can think of?
that ends with aura.
Ara.
No.
Yeah, I don't think.
Ferrara and Aramaic. Maybe we'll get half of half a point with Aramaic.
Nominate Copson.
Oh, I'm going to make one up. Ferrara and Aramaic.
No, it's Aymara and
Aymara,
Aramaic.
okay.
An official language of Papua New Guinea, along with English and Hiri Motu, and an official language of Sri Lanka, along with Tamil.
These are hard.
I don't know.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't know.
I don't even know.
Pass.
Guess. Yeah.
It's Tok Pisin and Sinhalese. Right, 10 points for this. Very small but lively beings incapable of doing work, but able to shut and open valves which move without friction or inertia.
Hal Norbury.
Oompa Loompas in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
No, it's an interesting answer, though. I'm afraid you lose 5 points. These words describe what type of fantastic creature invoked by the physicist James Clerk Maxwell in an eponymous thought experiment designed to challenge the second law of thermodynamics.
Balliol O'Neill.
Demons.
Demons is correct. Your bonuses are on sport in 1922. Noted for his extravagant attire, which early US professional golfer won the first of his 4 Open Championships at Sandwich in 1922?
Bobby Jones, was he American?
Go for it. Oh, go for it.
Bobby Jones.
No, it's Walter Hagen. Which influential football manager won his first FA Cup when his Huddersfield Town team beat Preston North End at Stamford Bridge in 1922? His second would come in 1930 as manager of Arsenal.
Herbert Chapman.
Correct. Regarded as one of the greatest long-distance runners in history, which Czech athlete was born in September 1922? His Olympic gold medals include the 10,000 metres in London in 1948.
Zatopek.
Zatopek is correct. 10 points for this. What 3 letters begin words with these meanings? Pickled flower buds of a southern European shrub that are used in sauces and as a garnish. A Sicilian appetizer made with aubergine, olives, onions and herbs, and coffee made with foamed milk.
Hull Norbury.
CAP.
CAP is correct. Well done. So your bonuses are coming up now. They're on France since 1792. In each case, give the ordinal number of the French Republic during which the following occurred. Firstly, the Dreyfus Affair, the construction of the Eiffel Tower, and the Treaty of Versailles.
The ordinal number.
Well, there were several republics, so which republic?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it would be like
Okay,
second.
shall we try? Nobody knows?
Why not? Yeah, I've got no
The
better.
5th.
That was the third. The Third Republic. The Battle of D&B Food, secondly, the Suez Crisis and the Treaty of Paris that created the European coal and steel community.
Suez.
Suez Crisis must have been later than that.
Yeah, so any idea sort of when that was? Is that in something like that?
Was it Suez Crisis the 50s?
Should we try the 5th?
Can't be, can it? Shall we try the 5th? Yeah.
The 5th?
There's the 4th. And finally, the Reign of Terror, the Thermidorian Reaction and the Louisiana Purchase.
So that was
That sounds
before.
early.
So we go the 2nd?
Yes.
The 2nd.
No, that's the first. Right, 10 points for this starter question. Born 1644, which English Quaker, an early advocate for a democratic United States of Europe, was for a time the world's largest non-royal landowner, and in 1681...
Balliol O'Neill.
William Penn.
William Penn is correct. Your bonuses are on a writer. The Alfie series of children's books was created by which writer and illustrator who died in 2022, aged 94?
Shirley Hughes.
It was, I can see her face. Is it
Shirley Hughes. Shirley Hughes.
Shirley Hughes is correct. Hughes' stories Dogger and Ella's Big Chance both won which literary medal named after a Victorian illustrator and awarded since 1955?
Fargen. Fargen.
It's the Kate Greenaway Medal.
Did you get that?
The title of which children's novel by Hughes shares its name with a 1941 essay by George Orwell subtitled Socialism and the English Genius? This title refers to 2 heraldic beasts.
The Lion and the Unicorn.
The Lion and the Unicorn.
That's correct. We're going to take a picture out of that. Your picture starter, you're going to see photographs of a river. The left-hand image shows the river at average levels in a city it flows through. The right-hand image shows the river in August 2022. For 10 points, name the river.
Balliol Quiche.
Danube.
The Danube is correct. Well done. Your bonuses are on 3 more European rivers that have been severely affected by drought. Again, in each case, the photograph on the left will show it at average levels, and the one on the right, its state in August 2022. 5 points for each river you can identify. Firstly...
Is it somewhere in Germany?
So I think it's Cologne.
Yeah. The Rhine.
The Rhine is correct. That's Cologne Cathedral, of course. Secondly,
So that's Turin.
Who is it?
So it's the...
Is it the Poe?
The Poe?
The Poe.
the Po is correct. It is Turin. And finally,
Is that the Seine? No,
Where do you think it is?
could be the Seine.
The Seine.
no, that's the Loire. 10 points for this. Thought to date from at least the 16th century and traditionally performed in mystery plays. Which Christmas carol has the first line, Lule, Lule, that
Hull Norbury.
The Coventry Carol.
the Coventry Carol is correct. Your bonuses are on the work of the cinematographer Ari Wegner. Give the title of each film from the description. Firstly, a 2016 adaptation of a novella by Nikolai Leskov, starring Florence Pugh as a young woman who has been sold into marriage and begins an affair with a worker on her estate. The film's two-word title references a Shakespearean character.
So it's Lady Macbeth, and I think it might be
It is Lady Macbeth, yeah.
Lady Macbeth.
Correct. Secondly, a 2018 comedy horror by Peter Strickland about a cursed red dress. Marianne Jean-Baptiste, Gwendoline Christie and Sidney Knudsen play some of the women who encounter it.
No idea.
Yeah, cursed red dress.
It's something like the red dress, isn't it?
Well, I wouldn't have thought so if it's in the question.
Come on, let's have an answer.
Velvet gown.
The red dress.
No, it's in fabric. Finally, a 2021 film directed by Jane Campion set on a ranch in 1920s Montana. Wegner was nominated for an Academy Award for her work on it.
Day of the Dog. Day of the Dog. The one that was.
Just beaten to the gong. It was the power of the dog. So at the gong, Hull have 70, Balliol College Oxford have 165. So Balliol College, many congratulations to you. We can't afford to give you a special trophy. So you're just going to have to celebrate in the time-honoured fashion.
Thank you.
Well, Hull, it's a significant achievement to get to the final at all, and you were a nice, bubbly team. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That means, Balliol, that you are our series champions and you've earned the right to become unbearably smug until 12th night. I hope you can join us next time when we'll carry on making students squirm. But until then, it's goodbye from Hull University.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It's goodbye from Balliol College, Oxford.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.